Hello everyone, you're welcome to this week's Tech Tuesdays webinar on data governance journey for cloud-hosted MDM. I'm Rinda, your host for today's webinar. Today we have with us Kamal Abrol, an MDM veteran from the Customer Success Technologies team. Kamal has over a decade's expertise in MDM PIM solutions across different industry verticals and cross-functional areas such as financial, pharmaceutical, insurance, telecom, and retail industries. Before we start this webinar, here are some housekeeping tips. This webinar is for 1 hour, including the 15 minutes Q&A to the end of the webinar. You can post your queries in the Q&A box. Dial-in participants are muted for this webinar. The session is being recorded and will be available in the Informatica Support YouTube channel and the Success portal. The recording will be emailed to you as well. You can put in your feedbacks and suggestions for the session in the post-webinar survey. The Tech Tuesdays webinar program is hosted within the Success portal. The Informatica Success portal is a micro-learning platform offering free and unlimited learning to all registered users. This feature-rich platform was launched to help you learn and use Informatica products better. Our newly launched Data Governance Learning Path in the Success portal will enable you to implement data-centric approach to compliance based on your roles. Here are a few important links that you can go over later that will help you in your product adoption journeys with Informatica. Over to you, Kamal. Thank you.
Good morning, good evening all. Do appreciate your time in joining this webinar. Hope I could do justice to that. So this session is specifically intended for business and tech users or the enterprises, those who plan to enforce strong data governance using cloud-hosted MDM, C360 solution. I mean, all the solutions who are built on a multi-domain platform. Since MDM do cover basic data governance, not basic, I mean do cover some of the critical even aspects of data governance capabilities, which shall be enforced considering enterprise vision towards governance. So this session will completely revolve around those parameters. Start with the disclaimer. The demo or presentation which I'm trying to execute or present will provide set of discussion points that may be useful in enhancing the development of any enterprise data governance efforts using multi-domain cloud-hosted MDM product. And definitely these are based on the specific facts on organization, business, operation, and their usage of data. Yes, the agenda is divided into multiple categories, and we'll start from the very scratch, like what is governance and why, who, how it's needed. What are the impacts if we don't execute governance, and why MDM needs governance, and how data governance is playing a critical role in enterprise MDM initiative. Further, we'll be showcasing our thoughts on the enforcing governance using 10.4 solution, and what strategy you should take for cloud-hosted MDM for the governance, for enforcing the governance, and the roles involved in the out-of-the-box report that are crucial to measure the workflow KPIs. That is a new feature which is evolved in, published in 10.4. So we'll be speaking on that and how it connects to governance, and definitely a demo showcasing the ground level realities, what is present in the product and what we are speaking should align with each other. So like I said, we'll start with the very basic what, why, who, how. I want to connect with specifically with the audience who are trying to execute this data governance program within the enterprise, or those who are customers, those who are new to this initiative. Even we would be connecting with those customers who are already in the middle stages of the data governance program using MDM. So I'll have few questions which we need to cater. Let's start with some of the one. What is being collected? Meaning what data is ingested? How you are going to track specific pieces of data? How they are kept secure? What rules, qualities, like what policies, rules from the DQ perspective need to be met? Which attribute should be mandatory? Which attribute should have more weightage while match and merge? So the standards that need to met in your enterprise, what are those? Who are the owners of data? Like not just the attributes, but on the specific data set, who are the owners of that? Who will create, update, and manages their specific pieces of data? How available and usable data is, meaning data is scattered for approval across various BU owners. How many are already approved? How many are pending for approval? With which business user, business owner, I mean. How to measure the workflow KPIs, like overdue task or everlasting pending workflows. So all these questions are basically answered when we enforce governance within and why MDM even needs governance within the uh, within this whole initiative. Okay, I'll move ahead, which the aim is to answer all this question via this complete webinar. So this specific slide aims to convey why we need governance. I mean, what problem we are trying to solve when we enforce governance. Let's see some of the critical pointers which cannot be met if governance is not deployed appropriately. Like people are not sure who to ask for right answers, who is the correct owner. There will be verbal communication, or in most of the cases, multiple round trips of mail trail goes across BU owners for just one approval or rejection of data. And this goes all in their daily life cycle. Since there is no system defined ownership of data by specific business unit owners, right? Incorrect info could be used sometimes, and definitely verbal communication is not always appropriate, and it's risky. What we can do with cloud hosted MDM itself, you know, the basic or the critical aspects which we can cover. Defining the data owners, definitely we can have roles based owners who can act on their specific pieces of data, who can own those data, and we can have this business and IT handshake via portal itself, via MDM tool itself, and that Informatica provides. And major master approval workflow KPIs, meaning ensuring that particular steps of workflow are executed within the specified times or as per the SLA. So all those workflows which are everlasting should be completed within time, so that efficient processing of data, considering the time aspects as well, and making processes more effective, which includes daily usage of daily usage of critical data by enterprise owners, business owners. So all those uh, stewards, owners, time will get definitely will be get saved, right? And definitely some of the compliance, like the consent compliance, privacy can be deployed using governance and data quality processes, retention, 360 view to the relevant owners, like specific attributes or specific data should be visible to specific owners or relevant owners. Like we can have multiple departments and each department will act on their specific data itself. So that is also available via MDM 10.4 solution. So we'll be talking more on the solution perspective after this, because we know the problems, we know what we are trying to solve, but how to solve using multi-domain hosted MDM, or what we call cloud hosted MDM. And the last pointer is very much critical, which is a key behind enforcing the governance is no verbal communication, no mail trips. All the communication via business and IT will handshake via a common portal, that so that we can easily track where the each master lying is with whom, who are the owner, and does it is completed in a specific time, so that we can improve or make our processes more efficient in whole master data journey. I mean, till the data ingested until it reaches the golden record, the complete journey should be efficient, so that it data should reach to the correct owners at the correct time. So now let's see why MDM needs governance. Like what are the features available within MDM, what features we do require to enforce governance, and why it is needed, and why it's playing a critical role in this enterprise MDM initiative. And most of the enterprise are strictly enforcing governance. So let's answer that why as well. So MDM do have some of the when combined with data quality, discovery and profiling capabilities, cleansing duplication is a hurt. We know all those monitoring, publishing, and even the active OS, the complete workflow lifecycle. That's a part of MDM complete initiative. But governance do also have some of the critical capabilities that should be handshake with MDM within the MDM initiative. Why? Like there are standardized methods, rules, policies, lineage, analysis. So why MDM needs CJ? To definitely to provide rule guidance, who provide the data owners, provide the compliance, enforce compliance policies. So all those initiative are provided by the data governance capabilities only. And definitely MDM do also publish the data to the downstream system for that governance to track its lineage, like from where it came from, with source system, with downstream system it went to. So all those lineage capabilities can be tracked via data governance initiative. And definitely we should measure the workflow KPIs. This means again ensuring particular steps of workflow are executed within specific timelines as per the SLAs, right? So this is critical slider to understand why we are presenting this webinar, and why MDM plus DG is playing a critical role in enterprise master data management initiative. Now the next slider is quite critical. So up till now we have seen like what is governance, why MDM needs governance, and what cannot be achieved without governance. Now next slider is critical in terms of understanding what features can be deployed to answer all the problems what we already discussed, and what is the solution towards that. So enforcing governance using Informatica MDM 10.4 solution is our today agenda as well. And let's see. This is again, I would say, a critical slider. So pay some more attention towards this. So most of our MDM customers do uses active OS as a BPM engine for going towards, I mean, workflow based approvals and all those complete cycle. But what we are asking, and it's critical for the executives to know overall status report of the masters to the executives of like how much is the turnaround time for each item, total execution time from the beginning until the end of the workflow, and that too segregated by base object level or business entities level. What are the data ownership stats, like how many masters are pending with whom, right? So all those questions, like what are, how many overdue records are present, that needs to be delegated, total turnaround time took for golden, so that we can make our process more efficient. So all those workflow KPIs need to be met if we are trying to deploy or enforce strong governance within our whole master data journey within MDM, right? I'll provide you how, but a small simulation which we should see, which may be effective in understanding like what other customer, or traditionally how other customers or enterprises feel data governance journey should look like, but ideally it should not. Like IT should be the main driver of this initiative, but that's a completely wrong perception, I would say. So it's a completely wrong perception. Why? I'll convey it. What we propose, business should be the key driver in initiating or leading this program. IT can definitely act as a underlying participant in this data governance initiative. Underlying like MDM frameworks, complete product installation, all those stuff can be done by IT. Even DQ frameworks, underlying DQ frameworks, even the archival process, retention policies, all can be executed by the IT. But the overall leading, uh, my only, I mean, IT should not own the DG program. Business should be the key driver, should lead the DG program, right? So while IT can be a lay down, I mean, lay down some frameworks, not frameworks with the complete platform, but ideal implementation of the complete exercise should be done by the business BU owners specifically, because they own the data, they know the in and outs, and they are very well aware about each attribute, each critical attribute, what is needed for what downstream system, right? So those should be the critical, I mean, they should be involved in this data governance initiative, definitely, to make it successful. And that's where traditionally we were unsuccessful. I mean, a lot of customers, I mean, when we say we were unsuccessful, because they were relying in IT, there no business involvement was there. And via Activus workflow, definitely we can do this IT business collaboration, right? And also on top of it, that's again more critical, you can definitely should measure the workflow KPIs with the help of out of the box reports that we'll be seeing in just a short while using cloud hosted MDM 10.4 feature. So the key takeaway from this slider is to understand we should make use of this active designer in case of multiple business units or departments are participating within an enterprise, and we can have this workflow configurable per enterprise needs, so that IT business collaboration can be effectively achieved, and we can enforce effective governance. Also, we have out of the box 9 reports that can be utilized to measure the workflow KPI like total turnaround time, and definitely for intricate scenarios, custom reports can be built out of this solution itself within the hosted MDM 10.4 feature utilization, right? So these are few key takeaways, and we'll be discussing more and showcasing a demo also accordingly on this. Okay, I'll proceed. Governance solution, like what should be the correct strategy, or what should be the governance solution which most of the customers are already heading towards, and what we can achieve. Like we are already MDM plus app AOS is a best possible combination which can be used for the workflow approval process, but we would enforce within this session and webinar to measure your all the workflows via KPI as well, via chart and reports that are out of the box provided to you. Okay, and we'll be discussing more how it is done. So, but before that, what roles or what uh, owners should be present while implementing this? So, we all know data modeler would be the participating, data steward would be participating, even the BU owner should participate for the data governance initiative. Data modeler should be doing the complete end-to-end modeling, right? Complete relationship stuff, and steward used to act on the UI, like the whole master creation journey, right? Till the approval. Uh, so all those searching and even I mean doing the visualizing the 360 view from the interface. So that's the role of steward that we all know. Uh, and yes, BU owner should collaborate with the help of AOS. So these are the 3 set of roles that should be uh, uh, required for the data governance. But this is, I think, we all know if we are having MDM product. But what more is required? I'll tell you in the next slider, like the what we call as the technical naming convention, hub console, UI, and the active OS. These are the naming convention from the product standpoint. But what more roles that would be provided or needed uh, for implementing governance, like out of the box charts implementation or reports implementation, is MDM implementer who will be registering the reports or deploying the reports with the help of REST APIs that is shown on the screen. That is sample API, so that we can get the complete statistics and we can analyze the data with the help of charts, reports, and act on it, right? Data steward who will be configuring all those reports to measure the workflow KPIs, right? And that is configurable via component editor using the provisioning tool itself. And that's you can even go till the nth level, like not nth level, I mean till drill down level, like a specific uh, task is overdue or how many tasks are overdue. I'll click on a specific number uh, overdue task, I mean, and then how many are overdue with which owner. I'll click on the owner. That drill down capabilities are already provided. Once I click on the owner, it will definitely redirect me to the exact task which are overdue and with which owner, with which business entity. So all those filters and all the drill down capabilities from the chart till the task level can be navigated via few clicks only. So this is a capability which should be deployed to measure the workflow KPIs, and definitely you can access those charts via dashboard through Entity 360 screen itself. You can see on the screen, and they can have variety of start charts. I'll be discussing more on this, how you can achieve via demo. But what we are planning to achieve is how to measure the workflow KPIs. When I say, like, if I have maybe 21 overdue tasks, I would definitely like to know why they are overdue and with whom it is pending with and why it's pending with. Is the owner on leave, or the task should be delegated to someone else? But that information can be easily collaborated via this report and analyzed via chart, right? So once I click on overdue, I can get to know, okay, it's pending with this users, and I'm not some are unclaimed even. So once I click on a specific user, I don't have a complete screenshot, yeah, but once I click on a specific user, it will drill down to the exact task, what is overdue and with whom it is pending. So that is the capability, I think, the drill down capability till the task level, till the exact master level is even provided, and that is again these capabilities will have filters also. If you are looking for a specific business entity only, not for all business entity, you want to measure the workflow only for the critical ones. So all those configuration can be done via provisioning tool. Now the actual thoughts or vision which I have provided you can be visualized via tool itself. So I'll be presenting the demo on this. I hope my screen is visible. So this is Entity 360 UI. I'm in the login page. I'm going to log in, and we're going to see how the out of the box reports get displayed. And so you can see this is a dashboard, right? And yeah, this is the dashboard, and we can see the task on the top. And once we create the master, like a normal cycle, we get to see the task on the top panel, and these are the charts which get uh, displayed from the reports. So which will be, I'll be talking more on that, how these charts are prepared and how we can measure the workflow KPIs from this and enforce data governance. Like from the admin perspective, they want to know what are the overdue tasks and with which whom it is pending with. So you can see different types of tasks are there currently ongoing within the MDM journey, MDM initiative, right? Suppose I click on the overdue task or close task, it actually tells with whom it is pending with what users, and if I again click, it actually traverse me to the correct owner, I mean who is the correct task level details. If you see over here, like which with whom it is pending and where it is pending, it's at the approval stage, what are the comments. So even this filter is already applied from the configuration perspective. So this is a capability wherein we can measure the workflow KPIs. Now I'd like to show how the actual configuration is being done with the help of provisioning. Okay, and let me try to even go ahead with the provisioning. So this is a provisioning tool, right? Okay, and let me just try to, I'm trying to log in at the provisioning tool, and I'll go to the component editor. I'll see chart option. I'll see, suppose drill down charts. I mean, first we have seen the status, then we have seen the by owner information, like overdue tasks are lying with these owners, and we should know the reason. We can reach out to the correct data owner why it's lying with you and why it's a so high number. And then finally we can go to the task manager screen, and even we can apply filters like if I tell you like uh, I want to show, let's suppose, okay, I'll delete this on the business entity. I want to show on task related to business entity person only. So we can definitely apply a filter on it and go ahead. Not at the task level only, but if I show you even at the query level, like not at the task level, you can have this drill down and directly go to the master record level as well. Like we went to the task, we can go ahead with the exact master record level, like what we get while searching the master. We can go into that screen from the charts till the query level to actually search exact specific master. Okay, so all these information are dependent upon what type of chart suits your organization to measure the workflow KPI and to make to govern your all the steps in the workflow to make be more efficient, completed in a specific timeline as per the SLA. Because a lot of customers have been complaining like we are able to use end-to-end MDM, but the process is kind of slow because we are not able to track the data from the dashboard itself, like where it is pending. We have to reach out to the IT admin guys, and then they provide us the stats. So right from this analytics, you can go ahead and configure this component and have your data governed with the complete ownership of data by ActiveOS and this out of the box reports, right? So uh, this was one of the highlights which I want to show. Okay, I'll move ahead with the another highlights. Okay, and we'll go ahead with the uh, okay. Before that, I'd like to show how these charts are being published. So we have multiple reports. Let me just go ahead. So this is a REST API which can be published, which can be executed. I'll show you how many 9 out of the box reports we do have, and REST API will try to fetch the data using the data mart utility that we use traditionally as well, but it's inbuilt already in the form of API. Just need to click. Uh, I'll have to log in with that user. Sorry, I'll log in because right now only admin can access the reports and execute the reports. I mean, now what I'm doing over here, I'm executing a report which will fetch the fresh data from the repository. Okay, and then we'll get the chart will get refreshed. So you need to understand the chronology right from the top. Reports are being fetched, and then on top of reports charts are being built. Okay, once I say this, it's processing. Once it get processed, you can build number of charts accordingly. Like this is there, and let me show you some more capabilities from the chart perspective. So this is really uh, uh, excellent feature from 10.4 perspective. I'll just try to show one more thing, how configurable they are. You don't need to write any line of code. It's all configurable, and variety of options are there to measure your workflow KPI with the help of analytics. So if I go over here, if I go to the component editor, go over here to, let's suppose this, I need to see task chart report. So we'll have this bar charts, we'll have pie options is also there. So there are multiple. You can go ahead and without writing nothing, I mean just a small piece of few clicks of configuration, yeah, I would say even navigation, you can get to know drill down capabilities, and strong analytics can be built. Because you've seen like from the screen itself, you went till the ground level by drilling down to the multiple charts, and then finally arriving at the exact tasks, what are overdue or what are closed, how much time it took. So this is again a good uh, option. Earlier we also do have this, but there was a lot of coding we need to do. But with this configuration, Tender 4 provide this. So I'll go and move ahead with the presentation. Okay, now we have seen the demo, and this is again workflow, right? We all are aware, and I'll not go ahead with more details, but this is nothing but ID business collaboration with multiple business owners owning their own specific data with the help of approval cycle, and that approval can be measured with the help of KPIs. Okay. So we can have multiple steps in this workflow, like review, multiple steps like this workflow is fully configurable, and finally records do get masked in MDM. We can have extra approvers, reviewers, strategies as per the business demand. We can deploy the activers, uh, a specific license if we need for a designer, we can deploy that and get it done, so that our business also get involved in all this complete approval workflow. So that is the key to data governance success, and that we are pushing for you to. Even some of the customers already doing it, but to do it effectively, we should have the complex. I mean, that once we can analyze our intricate scenarios from the business perspective, we can deploy that designer as well, not just the basic two level approval workflow, and then done with it. Okay, so yes, not just the workflow, but also the reports. We have seen already there are 9 out of the box charts which I'll be showcasing. We can have queries, filters on the data what we want to show on the chart. We can definitely analyze and act on the data faster with the help of these charts and reports. So this should be utilized to measure your workflow KPI and to make your complete master approval process and workflow approval process more efficient. And we can have more from the statistics point of view from to the executives, like how many masters pending, approved, overdue, closed, so that we can make more efficient decisions at the right time, right? And this is nothing but a variety of out of the box reports, wherein already provided as a part of our tool itself. And like 9 out of the box report, you see it, we can definitely have task overview by status, which we have already seen, closed task by users, and business entities by source system. So these are already some of the high demand reports already provided. And you can use the REST API to fetch the data, refresh the data from the repository, so that charts can be refreshed accordingly. So REST API you need to fire, and then get the uh, data refresh in terms of from the data mart utility. So we don't have to go into much details into this. We just need to understand that there are REST APIs to manage reports, and you can get all those 9 out of the box reports in terms of firing just the API. And if there are multiple, like we understand, there are business scenarios specific to specifically intricate scenarios reporting, then you can definitely configure your custom reports, custom data out of. If 9 reports are not able to satisfy your business demand, you can definitely go ahead create the custom reports to collect some of the use case specific information about your master data, which is not already provided. But these are already 9 already provided to you, and make it, you can start utilizing this, get it rolled off to one of your domain, and then you can still enhance by using the custom reports. But this is really effective in understanding uh, the complete analysis on the data, and directly dig down to the actual details of the task or the master specific master record, right? So this will be really effective. Okay. And finally, MDM without governance, as you know, it's just an integration project, because we are not involving business, and we are not going to through with this initiative with the modern data strategy, what we are targeting. We have to involve business, their data owners, the BU owners should be involved effectively using our UI in approving the stuff relevant to those owners. So multiple rules should be configured as per the strategy of what we discussed, and we can have multiple business folks joining this complete initiative. With the help of IT as well, we can directly go ahead and deploy a successful MDM solution, which is not only uh, I mean, uh, increase your ROI in less time, but make your processes very much efficient and more speedy. And I mean, with a with a kind of such strategy. Okay, so yeah, so myself, Kamal, and we have, I just presented all this data governance strategy, and these are based on the specific organization facts, which can be utilized. And we have seen success in the past, and we are and that's why we are aiming to convey this information with the help of 10.4 features as well. Some of the more features like out of the box reports and charts can be deployed to make this more effective. uh, I know most of the customers already using Activus, but to make Activus more successful, plan to deploy uh, your more business owners, and plan to use Activus Designer to make it more appropriate. Because two level approver, I understand some of the business might be okay, but you should involve more departments, more business owners within our tool, and have this full-fledged solution across the enterprise, so that executives also feel the need of this complete MDM solution. Not just two or three departments, you can have a number of departments involved within this single portal, and business and IT handshake together to make this governance program more successful. And that's why MDM is MDM needs governance, and very critical. Governance plays a critical role in any enterprise initiative who is moving towards um, making our MDM program more successful, right? So any questions, we would appreciate any type of questions around the product, around the features, or what we discussed. I like specific around the reports or the workflow or the active OS or the governance strategy. Some customers are in the mid, some are already starting, some have already executed but want to enhance. So all these questions can be posted right now, and me, Dilip, will be going to uh, share some of the more pointers, answer your questions, queries, and definitely you can reach out to us as well. And so questions will be much appreciated, like I mean which it can be anything, like what products are needed, or what features are needed to this. So it can be as basic as it can be elaborative as well. So do appreciate your time again, and we'll look forward to your questions right now.